Welcome on this glorious and amazing day, and thanks for joining. When is kindness cruelty? What a paradox. It's like saying, when is water dry? But since humans are extremely complex from the various levels, from spirit and matter, and how they connect, the subconscious, and so many more levels. This is how kindness can be cruelty. There are many people that have very uncomfortable feelings, extremely uncomfortable feelings. And as a society, we were not taught how to deal with deep feelings, heavy feelings, confusing feelings, vague feelings. We were taught to get over it, suppress it, ignore it, move on. So it's like you get a flat tire in the middle of the highway and you feel like your car is not moving. So just say it's in your head. Just keep on pushing harder on the gas. Maybe get the music blasting in your car and maybe the flat tire will disappear and everything will be fine. You see where I'm getting at. So when people have horrible feelings, one of the many ways what humans do is they try to avoid it. One of the ways of avoiding it is to get extremely busy. Now, remember, these feelings can be extremely negative, that talk against you, that you are no good. So it's not only about getting busy, rather it's getting busy with positivity. So when someone does not feel good about themselves, suddenly they're not connected to this. Their subconscious pushes them to do certain things and their conscious mind internalizes it or translates it better into something else. So for example, they want to volunteer. They want to help. They want to be kind. They want to do stuff for the community. They want to sit on various boards, all in the name of kindness. Now remember, this is coming not because they want to expand the kindness and the goodness that they really feel about themselves. On the contrary, they want to fight the lie that they are no good. They want to fight this feeling that they are really shameful and bad, and they want to fight it. And therefore, instead of going to the source and working through those feelings and finding out that they're not really that bad and they're not really that dirty, and what happened 20 years ago does not define them as today, and they could work through the past, they could work through whatever they need to work through. Instead, it's like having a balloon that's sitting on top of the water, but this balloon makes you nauseous. It just makes you nauseous. So what you do is you try to push it down to the water, but it keeps on popping up because it's air, and air will float above the water. So you take a little string, maybe fishing string, and you tie it up. You tie up some stones to the balloon, and that's so heavy. So it finally sinks into the water, but you still feel nauseous, but at least you don't see the balloon, so you think your nausea is not nausea. So why is kindness cruelty? Because you're really being cruel to yourself. And let me use a very simple analogy. If someone, for example, has cavity, their teeth are hurting them, and a part of them says, go to the dentist today, and they're just terrified. So what they do is they run, get into the car, run to the ice cream store, and they take an ice cream. They go, oh, I feel good, this tastes good. Oh my gosh, this place has my favorite ice cream, and they feel so good. That kindness of being kind to yourself, of buying that ice cream, is really cruel, because you're not taking care of your cavity. You are avoiding the fact that you have an issue in your tooth. And not only that, and this is more important, I'm not a dentist, but ask the dentist how many weeks and months you push off a cavity when it turns into a root canal with more pain and perhaps from 3 digits to fix a cavity turns into 4 digits or more. It becomes very costly and very painful because you let it drag on and let it drag on. So indeed, kindness can be cruelness. And that's one example. Join me, please, next week, and I'll give you another example which is very painful because it affects a lot of other people. And the example we talked today is that the person is actually not nice to themselves. A lot of themselves is neglected, their emotional pain is neglected, their emotional psychological situations as neglected. They must probably even go to doctors to get some pills for their anxiety and for everything else because all is neglected and they're running to do so much kindness. Looking forward. Seeing you next week. Have yourself a wonderful, delightful day. And always remember, you are always greater than you think you are, even if you have to believe that you are no good, for you are intrinsically good.